Okay, we are here. We are live. We are ready to roll. Welcome. My name is Doug, and I got Kindle over here.
Hey,
And you know
hey.
what she's doing. You know what she's doing. She's sprinkling the plant based fairy dust everywhere. And I'm just going along for the ride here. She came up with a topic this week. It's crazy. This is plant based life, and we are just walking through our journey about eating more plants and what it's been like for us, how we got here, where we're going, what we're experiencing. And I don't know, Kendall, help me out with the intro. Just tell me a little bit about what we're doing here.
All right. I know I'm throwing Doug into this. This is going to get a little controversial this week. So I asked the question, does animal protein damage your body? And I know so many of you guys probably listening right now are probably thinking, does it? Are we
Wait,
really
Kendall,
going to talk
before
about
you,
this?
I just, my, some of my Facebook friends don't unfriend me. Just watch first. Then you can make that decision. But I know some of you out there. I know you. All
I
right,
know,
go ahead.
right? Don't unfriend us. We are friends, not foes. And we're not going to take your steak away. We're here. Honestly, this whole topic, though, I think Doug and I can speak pretty into this because we are not hardcore vegans. Like, I go hunting and fishing in the summer times. Doug has gone fishing with my husband and my father-in-law at one point, so we'll save
Mhm.
that story for another time. But it's not like we are anti-meat. But the big question is animal protein damaging your body? And I had to raise my hand and say, yeah, it was. What about you, Doug?
Absolutely. I mean, that I didn't know that's exactly what it was. I ended up with heart disease a year and a half. Well, I probably had it for a long time, but I ended up in the cardiologist's office in the hospital a year and a half ago. And when they did what they had to do with some stents, but when I go to rehab at the Ornish Clinic, when they say, okay, this is how we're going to get better, we can reverse heart disease. This is what you're going to do. They didn't break out a paleo diet. I'll tell you that. They broke out plant-based, low fat.
Wow.
That's the way to go. So
Yeah.
that's what got me there. The plant, not only meat, but also the cheeses, the milks, things like that. But yeah, so it was causing damage to my cardiovascular and it put weight on me. I've always struggled with weight, but now plant-based, I don't even it's not a diet. It just kind of the weight, just like the fairy dust, it just falls off. And I'm approaching probably an ideal weight eventually. I'm going to get there, I know.
Well, we're going to talk more about that too, because we have a tool that we'll share at the very end of this that you guys are going to love. Y'all are going to be like, this exists. We can go online and do this. And I can even say for myself, unfortunately, too, I had PCOS. I was having a whole lot of weight issues. I could not lose weight for all the exercise I was doing. I had so much inflammation in my body, chronic systemic eczema that would just pop out on me.
Mm.
And amazingly enough, when I removed the hormonal foods that I was eating, that's also too the little pixie magic plant dust that just came and happened. Like it all went away over time. It definitely, took time of practicing, reducing, and eventually I did like a whole 2 years of just completely committing to a whole food plant based lifestyle. And after doing that, I mean, everything is reversed and I don't have any
Mhm.
of these issues anymore. And it doesn't mean that I don't ever not consume meat. And we'll talk about that some too, because I think Doug has a really interesting perspective. He and I both read scripture. We love the Bible. And so he was talking to me about just even the idea that like even in the scriptures, like you killed the fatted calf. That was part of the lifestyle. But talk to me about what we were just talking before we got on
Oh
here.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking logically. I mean, let's go back 2,000 years. There's no freezers, there's no ice in Israel. They're living in tents. They have a field, they got a cow, they've been fattening this thing up. It's time for this. The prodigal son comes home. Let's kill the fatted calf. Let's go. Well, this is not like it's not like going into your refrigerator and pulling like a steak out and just cooking it. You have to butcher the cow. And now let's think about this. I don't know how much a cow weighs, like 800, 600, 800 pounds. I don't know. But what are they going to do with all that meat? I mean, how big was the family when they were celebrating? I mean, obviously you were giving away, kind of like I do with my tower garden. I'm giving away produce. They had to be giving away meat or something because there was no way to freeze or refrigerate that meat. So then they were in a situation where they would have to. If you're in the comments, by the way, and you can, I mean, I'm just guessing right now, but if you know, let us know. But I'm just thinking that it wasn't an everyday occurrence that they were eating meat.
All
You
right, I
know,
don't think so either. And if you
how
look,
would they do that?
I know, how could they do that? But they definitely did at occasions, parties. You read about, even in scripture, Peter was told, like, go out and everything is clean, it's available. Go eat anything you want that's an animal.
Yeah,
And I can't lie, I like fish. Fish still
yeah.
tastes really good to me. Just because I eat a whole food plant-based diet 99% of the time doesn't mean that if I go out and shoot a fish when I'm spearfishing in the Keys, you better believe I'm going to cook that up with some butter on it.
Right. Well, the thing is, like anybody that's been to like mini lobster season in the Keys, you're not. Listen, I challenge any vegan to survive that. I mean, because you just got more lobster than you know what to do with down there. It's amazing. But I will ask you this: let's get transparent for a minute, because I don't mind being transparent. Yeah, I follow the McDougall / Ornish whole food, plant based, forks over knives type of diet officially, and it's not like I'm cheating every day, but just recently, like my daughter made like pork chops or something for her and her brother. She's a really good cook. And she's like, Dad, you want to try my pork? And we watch Master Chef. I mean, I love cooking. I'm primarily a healthy chef, but of course I'm going to have a bite of that pork and I'm going to try it. So I'm not opposed. I think it tastes great. Would I eat a filet mignon? Heck yeah, I would eat a filet mignon, but the bottom line is it damaging my body when I do that? Yeah. And do I have heart disease? Yes. You were mentioning something earlier about like feeling things and seeing the changes and the differences. Um, I think I noticed, just to rewind, inflammation. I know that animal protein does cause inflammation, systemic inflammation in the body, and plant proteins reduce inflammation. And I feel like that's the one thing I can feel. I know I can feel that. Like I feel different. Like there's a different feeling. Like I just feel it all over. Like I don't feel like puffy or something. It's pretty cool. Can you relate to that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. This is something even great as a health coach. I think it's so important. Like, you want to know, like, you can health coach yourself essentially. So when you're sitting down to a meal and you eat something, it's so important to kind of non-judgmentally sit back and just evaluate, like, man, okay, I ate this. Am I getting tired? Do I feel lethargic? How's my digestion the next day? Do I have cramps? Do I want to go work out after this meal? Do I have energy? Does my stomach feel really heavy? There's all these questions that you can ask after every single meal, and you'll kind of start to get like a read on yourself. And that's what I started doing. I began paying attention, and I 100% agree. Like, when I switched over to eating more soy protein, drinking complete protein powder instead of drinking whey protein, when I
Yeah.
switched to kidney beans, legumes, eating even potatoes. Potatoes are a complete protein. I love potatoes. All hail the
Time
king
out.
potato. What?
Can you explain what complete proteins, what does that mean?
Ooh, good question. So complete proteins have all 9 essential amino acids in them. And most of us believe like that's just animal. Well, I can't assume everyone, but that's what I believed. I was like,
Hmm.
plants are void of all 9 essential amino acids. Give me the chicken, the shrimp, and the beef. But when I began exploring what plant protein had to offer, I was blown away. Like, there are so many essential amino acids in plant protein. And when you eat that, that means that your body is actually able to absorb. These are things that we can't create on our own. We have to eat these foods in order to have a healthy, functioning body. We have to have protein, we have to have carbs, and we have to have fats. And when it comes to all different types of foods, when we eat them in a synergy, our bodies just glow. They're incredible. And this is why I have such an angst when it comes to collagen. Girls, my friends out there, stop, please. I beg you to just to put the collagen down, put it in the trash can, throw it away, because collagen is not a complete protein. And so whenever we are drinking collagen, there's all this hype that collagen is going to go straight to your skin, puff up.
Oh, we lost Kindle.
Wait, my
Oh,
husband just called me in the middle of this, so I had to.
and then you went upside down for a second. Okay.
I was doing my pixie thing. I was flying in the
Yeah,
air
of
for a moment.
course.
So, but oh man, yes, but collagen, when it comes to eating it, like there's there's no research study that has a clinical gold standard study out there showing that it actually is going to give you the benefits that that protein can offer. It's not a complete protein. And
Wow.
so, yeah, I know. So, but when we eat foods that are going to help us absorb and create our own protein, like cherries, beets, this is why I love the Perform. It helps you create your own collagen. When you eat any kind of vegetable variety, it helps you create your own collagen. You're actually able to build and create your own cells that can have more beautiful skin, prettier hair, better functioning joints. So that's my whole collagen spiel. I could go, that's like a whole nother subject. But when it comes to protein, it
I
is.
mean, that's billions of dollars are spent on collagen every year.
And most of it is it's bones and it's gelatins and it's coming from animals that you really don't know the life quality of that animal. And that's a whole nother subject too, where when we eat a diet that's really heavy in animal parts, we're not back in Israel back in the day where
That was so gross. Animal parts?
I know. That's what collagen is. It's just, if you think about it, it's just all blended up. It's like a hot dog, but made into powder. That's collagen.
But it's like bones and cartilage and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, where were these products 20 years ago, 30 years ago, right? I mean, how much do you want to bet as they figure out, and these food scientists are figuring things out, and it's like, they don't like throwing stuff in the garbage after they buy those cows, right? So it's like they're going to use everything they can, so it's like, hey, we can make some collagen out of this. And if we market it really good, they're all going to buy it.
Well, that's the way when I learned what whey protein is, y'all, this is going to be so gross. Whey protein. So after you make cheese, especially cheddar cheese, the leftover bits and pieces that they take out from it, it's like these little tiny curds. It's the throwaway part of the cheese. What they do is they take the cheddar cheese, they bleach it so it's white, and then they turn it into this protein powder, and then they add whatever dyes or colors to make it strawberry watermelon protein or blueberry banana pumpkin pie protein, all these different crazy flavors that are out there. But it's bleached and it is the throwaway parts of cheddar cheese that you're drinking.
Wow.
I know. And I used to drink a ton of that. Like I used to drink probably like 2 of those a day.
But you also ended up in the hospital.
I did. Shocking. I know, right? Like, there's nothing like a good old wake up call of being 29 and going to the hospital for kidney issues, kidney problems, and
animal
that's the
protein was damaging your body.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. When we think about the organs that are the most taxed by animal, like it's the kidneys. That's the part where we process our protein. And so, kidneys take a whopping when it comes to digesting food. And actually, this is an interesting fact. I did not know this, but you can actually overconsume too much protein.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about this before, Doug?
Well, I've heard it also with like iron. I was looking this up. Like, what are some things we need that if we overconsume them, they become a problem? And protein can be one, iron can be another one. So and of course meat can be higher in iron as well. So yeah. So how much protein do we even need?
That's such a good question. Oh, it's such a good question because I think people who are watching this, we have such a diverse mix of people watching. So we have young people who are probably athletes. We have people who are in their mid years, and then some who are even like hitting into their silver sneaker years. And the amount of protein that we're actually required is 0. So you take your body weight and then you multiply it by 0.5 to 0.9 grams. And that's how you get the percentage of how much protein you're supposed to eat in grams every single day. And why don't we pop up there? We can show the calculator
Okay.
and walk the people through this. This is the little tool that I think everyone should play around with later. So this is your calculator that you can use to help you know.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Where's Kendall? Where's Kendall?
can you hear me? Help!
Where
Hello?
is she? Wait, we're doing this. Okay. I think I got it. Oh, here it is. That's the view I want.
That's awesome.
Okay. All
You
right.
wanna go
So I
first?
have this little calculator and let's walk it through. Are we doing you or me first? Let's go with you.
Okay. All right. It's kind of far away for me to see. So tell me what the first one is. What do we
It
got
is a
here?
protein calculator. Age is
32.
32. I was going to say 22. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate
Female.
that. Mhm.
Height
5'3",
5'3". Weight.
124.
How come it won't let me fill in the weight? Hold on.
Let's see
Oh,
if it works.
124.
Yep.
Okay. Exercise. Activity. Moderate.
Let's do like 5 days a week. I think that's the option on there. 4 to 5 days a week.
Moderate. Okay.
Yeah, moderate.
Do you want more settings or is that pretty good?
I think that's good.
Here we go.
Doo-doo-doo.
There we go. American Dietetic Association 56 to 101. CDC 44 to 155. Well, how can they make it so big of a thing? The World Health Organization safe floor limit 47 grams per day.
So isn't that dramatic? Like, do you guys see, like, so it's down to 47 for a safety regulation, but then we get this like 57-gram difference all the way up to 100 plus. And I know for anyone who is out there who's in the bodybuilding, CrossFit, macro counting world, you are probably getting told, especially if you're a female, to be eating double, if not like maybe triple, what the safety regulation for protein intake is.
Huh.
And the big question is, well, why? Why are we being told to eat so much protein? And so I don't have a strong answer as to why maybe everyone is pushing that, but I do know that there is probably a misconception that more protein equals more muscle, but your body can only digest and can only handle so much every single day.
I wonder why they don't tell us the upper limits. You know, even the protein calculator is worried about the danger level at the low end, but it doesn't say, hey, but be careful, don't go over this much.
Right.
So how do we know?
How do we know? Yeah. I mean, I guess this comes into like, how do you feel? I think we got to look at some simple observations. Like, do you have inflammation? Are you overweight? Do you have health problems? Do you have hormonal issues? Do you have heart problems?
Well, I can tell you what I have it pulled up over here in my notes from my actual Ornish program I went through for cardiac rehab. They recommend protein to be 10 to 20% of calories. And the average protein needs are women 46 to 60 grams and men 56 to 70. So that's quite a bit lower. I mean, most people that I know that are like into working out, it'd be like 70. You ain't gonna get no gains with 70. It's
That's my breakfast.
That's right. I have a dozen eggs for breakfast. I'm hitting 100 in breakfast alone.
I know. I just think of Gaston from Beauty and the Beast drinking like the whole dozen of eggs for breakfast. And
That is funny. Can we do mine? I'm curious now.
yes, let's do that.
Okay, I'm going 56 years old, male, 5'10". I'm almost 100 pounds more than you, and I exercise less than you.
That's all right. We're moving in the right direction.
Minimum of 81, which is actually lower than Ornish recommends. Interesting. But look at that CDC. I'm going to just go ahead and throw out the CDC thing because they go 61 to 213. They might as well say somewhere between 1 and a billion. You know, it's like, you're not helping me, guys. You're just not helping me at all.
Oh, man.
But that's really cool to think that through. You know what I'd love to do for our last 5 minutes or so is give some solutions.
Ooh.
You know, like, I will predict that this will be we already are having less live viewers than usual. But as far as replays go, I may not bother editing or anything because, nobody's going to watch our video. It might even be banned. Okay. But what if we were, for people that aren't interested, it's like we're saying, okay, this protein, it's going to be, the meat protein is damaging our body. So let's go with some plant protein. But a lot of people don't know, like, what could they eat? So let's give examples.
Yeah. Let's
of like good proteins and then typical things like today. I mean, I'll start off by saying today I had, I had a Juice Plus Complete shake, which I think had about 20 grams of protein once I put up my stuff in it, and my plant milk, and I did have some pecans in there, and yeah, it was really good. And then some like peanut butter powder, because then it has no fat, but I get the peanut butter stuff. So that was 21 grams of protein. And then I also had a salad, but then with my salad, I had tofu that I like did on my flat grill with like some Chinese spices and then like a little bit of sriracha type hot sauce. It was great in the salad. And then I also, for dinner, I had some avocado toast, which was homemade sourdough bread. We'll talk about that stuff later, starches. But I had obviously avocados on it and a little bit of tomato. And avocados, I think, are another good source as well.
Yeah, they're another complete amino protein source.
Yeah. And what about you?
I keep it, we were talking about this at one point too, how you and I kind of eat the same things every day because we like simplicity and ease. And I am totally that type of way as well. Like I love cooking, but I like doing other things in life other than being in the kitchen all the time. So most days, this is my typical go-to is I have a sweet potato with some drizzled peanut butter or almond butter on top of it, add some nuts and seeds, some flax, and then also we'll do a side of either broccoli or some Brussels sprouts, and I'll mix some peas or something on it too. So I got my 50-50 plate. I'm obsessed with my 50-50 plate. Don't take it away from me. That's my go-to. And then for lunch, I did quinoa, which is a complete protein with some, I do this bomb diggity. I don't know if that's still a term, bomb diggity, but this sauce that I put on top, throwing it back.
Well, you just went from 25 to 35 easy there.
Right there. Yes. I just showed my millennialness. And so I did this cashew cream sauce. Oh, hey, babe. You want to be on our live with us?
Yeah. What's up?
Some cashew cream sauce. Babe, we're talking about protein on our live and talking about what we eat each day. And I love adding tofu on top of this as well. I air fry it with some other veggies, like I did Brussels sprouts today. And then for dinner, I did a complete shake. I was just not super hungry. And I'll even add some snacks like sourdough bread in between things, some fruit. But I'm amazed. When I started looking into all the foods out there, plants have so much protein in them as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They have protein in them.
Well, plants like legumes and soy is a plant. but nuts and seeds, whole grains. I mean, these are all plants. Even like fruits and vegetables can have an average of 10 grams
Isn't that
um, per
amazing?
serving. And
Yeah,
eating the way I did today, I ate like totally like vegan, and I still hit 85 grams of protein.
right. And you're counting, you're calculating right now, aren't you?
I just started calculating again just because I want to tighten some things up. But the interesting thing is, because we did this episode because people are worried, like, oh my gosh, if I eat plant based, I'm not going to get enough protein. And the truth is, I think I've only eaten like 500 calories or something today. I mean, it has to be a few more. I must have calculated wrong. But I literally have to go eat more. It is not healthy to eat too little. So, but my protein is already beyond what I need it to be for the day. So, the problem, if you do eat whole food, plant based, low oil in particular,
Mhm.
um, protein is not going to be your problem. You will get enough protein, and you're going to eat a lot of food. Like, I have to try to eat enough food.
Oh my
It's
goodness,
Which
right?
is kind of fun, especially for a guy that struggled being overweight my whole life. So all of you that are overweight, and if you have heart disease, here's my message to you. You get to eat a lot of food if you eat the right food. So
Mhm.
just go to the Forks Over Knives website, read up, or just go out and get the Starch-Based Solution by John McDougall. I mean, it is going to change your life. It really will.
Yes, I totally agree. And for ladies, I'll just finish up a message too. If you're struggling with your hormone health, then a whole food plant-based diet is your bestie because you're going to be removing all these foods that are throwing your hormones out of whack. You just the startling realization that hit me is when I realized that all of the hormones that these animals are being injected with to maintain their health, to promote more production of milk, to help them give birth to more babies, all of that production doesn't leave their bodies when they get killed. And when
Mm.
we eat that meat, especially when the meat has been terrified, it's been living an unhealthy life. And I'm not trying to make you guys feel bad. I'm not here to judge you or anything like that because I just didn't know what I didn't know at the time, but I was eating things that were literally causing my body to have hormonal disruptions. And when I removed it, I took it out. That's when I started seeing all of these healthy benefits. And then, even on top of that, too, 80% of the antibiotics in America go to feeding animals. And so, those antibiotics are throwing off your gut. They're not being released from the animals. There's not a detox for the animals at the end that comes into us and it does affect our bodies. So, I know this message isn't the most popular, obviously, because we lost a lot of people.
We still have one.
Oh,
They won't
no.
comment. One viewer, give me something. Just say hello. I just want something. But
I
there's
know.
somebody here. I know it. I can see it.
We're not alone.
Oh,
But
they're on Harvest Wellness. They're on your Facebook wall right now.
yes, yes, I got one.
Kindle one.
I love you. Whoever you are on there, I'm going to send
Oh,
you
they said
some happiness.
hello. Yay, they said
Yes.
hello.
Oh, man. Well, we'll bring some other more fun, I guess, less
Good.
controversial topic next time.
Yes. And again, we're just walking through this journey and learning as we go. I literally am it's on my own podcast. I'm taking notes from what I learned from Kindle. And is that weird? I don't know.
I
I just
learned
want to
from
learn
Doug.
and have fun. So I'm going to, my takeaway today is just what Kindle was saying about like reflecting after you eat, like how you feel. Do you feel bloated? Did you get energy? Are you tired? That's pretty cool. I don't really do that. So
That's cool.
that's good. There is a note section in my little tracker app that I'm doing now. So I'm loving it.
Yes. That's so good.
All right, guys. That's it for now. We will see you next week. Always leave us a comment, like us, follow us, all that good stuff wherever you see this. But leave a comment and don't be afraid to recommend a topic too. If there's anything you wonder about this crazy journey we're on, just ask. And because we're always looking for ideas for new episode. And until next week, you guys have a healthy week. Keep on growing and keep it healthy. Adios.
Bye.